All right. Welcome back to the Nerd Happening podcast, everybody. Been gone for a little while. Just procrastinating, and also had my wisdom teeth taken out, so my face was huge, and I couldn't really talk. It was pretty funny. And it looked horrible.
I liked it.
Yeah, looked like I just got out of a boxing match or something. Pretty bad. I almost feel like I had to have one of those big old like my head wrapped up like in the cartoons from the 50s, like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah.
Like I got the mumps or something. We're back here to talk about The Mandalorian Season 2. We're just going to do the newest 3 episodes. Be 3 through 5, or chapters 11 through 13. Those keeping track that way, I don't know. It's almost a little confusing when they do it that way, but it makes sense, I guess. Say chapters 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, we're going from 11 to 13. All right. Chapter 11, the Harris. Where they first, I just forgot her name. Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan makes her first appearance in any live-action media since she's been in Clone Wars and Rebels. We haven't watched Rebels, or you haven't watched Clone Wars either.
I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah. But she's in, she's the sister of the Duchess that Obi-Wan falls in love with. And he kind of contemplates leaving the Jedi Order for her, just for a little bit. But, it's not going to happen because, this is all prequel stuff, so no shock there. She ends up dying, so. And she's looking for the Darksaber. An old Mandalorian weapon that Moff Gideon has.
Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
He's so cool looking. I don't know why. He just is.
You just see him and you're like, oh, he's seen some bad stuff. He's done a lot of bad things.
He looks badass. Like when he was shown, I was just like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. He just looks like he just, yeah, like Danny Glover in Predator 2. Like, he can mess you up if he really wanted to. Aside from him having a Star Destroyer and tons of troops at his disposal, he himself can hold his own.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes him, I'm assuming that makes him a great leader. And this is where he delivers the frog lady to that planet to her husband, correct? Yep, they make their little crash landing in the very beginning.
Which is hilarious.
Oh yeah, because you think, they're just gonna touch down.
And then it's just like, meh.
Right in the water.
And then you see all those calamaris, and they have like that sweater from JCPenney that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, that's great. I honestly thought when he was going to touch down, it would just kind of like hover there and then plop down and then like kind of fall apart. I didn't think it would fly in the water.
Yeah, I didn't either. That made me laugh a whole bunch when we first saw that.
Then they had that, almost looked like a modified AT-AT with the big old magnet.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Pick them up out of there. Yep, and then he gets tricked into going on a boat and popped into a little hole. Some kind of creature in it. We don't really know.
Well, was he necessarily tricked? They were like, hey, we'll just take you to your kind, right?
Yeah.
That's what the plan was, but then they were not planning on doing that. Yeah,
they wanted to steal his armor. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, since they wanted to steal the armor, did they really know where...
No, I'm not saying that. So I guess he was tricked on there. But,
yeah, then...
That part was like... I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't really either. I thought maybe it might come up and he'd have to shoot it or something, but I didn't think they'd kick old baby Yoda in there.
Mm-hmm. The child.
Yeah. Grogu is his real name. We find out later, but...
Grogu. I love it.
Grogu. Yeah, not Rogu. Grogu.
You were close.
Yeah, after that, the other Mandalorians come down.
Yeah,
Bo-Katan.
3 of them, right?
Yep.
Do they have the other
I'm looking at it.
Mandalorians' names?
Koska Reeves.
Where do you see that?
Right above Bo-Katan. Right under Frog Lady. Third person down. And Axe Wolves. I'm assuming those are the Mandalorians. Right here.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah, they never really say their names, but I'm just assuming.
Mm-hmm.
They might pop up later. Or maybe they were in the Rebels.
Maybe, I have no idea. All I know is Bo-Katan was like he's like, oh yeah, you're my people kind of thing, and then all three of them
Take their helmets off.
take their helmets off, and then Baby Yoda was just like, huh? Like, why are you wearing your helmet if they're taking theirs off?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was kind of like, what?
But then he went straight to defensive, like, where'd you find that armor? And they're like, we're Mandalorians. Like, we were born there. It's funny to see him get so defensive about Mandalorian culture when he's not actually a Mandalorian.
Yeah, but did he know he wasn't a Mandalorian?
Yes.
So he knew he was like the Walmart brand, the off-brand of the
it's not that.
Mandalorian.
It's just that, remember, they saved him? That when we come to find out, they're called the Children of the Watchers or something like that.
Yeah, I know. That's when he finds out. But what my question is, does he know that before they told him that?
Yes. Remember, we saw him getting picked up by when he's like 12 on a different planet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's a young kid. So yeah, he's known this whole time, and he just said because a lot of the first season was saying the Mandalorian are just a creed; they're not a people. And then in this episode, they kind of find out, oh, he's part of just a weird cult because she's legit a Mandalorian and the leader of their planet, their people. But that's just, it's funny to see him get so defensive about something that she's born into and lived her whole life and believed. For somebody else to be brought into it and say you're wrong is weird.
Yeah, I guess that, but he also is just, feel like he's very proud to be a Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not a Mandalorian, but I feel like he just wants to stand up for Mandalorian and be respectful.
Yeah, and that's what he is. They see him as one of their own, too, because they can bring people in. But it's, I don't know, that and it might be I feel like that's going to play later into realization maybe that his people aren't quite what he thought, because if she said they were a cult of religious zealots, basically, and they might be there might be some overlap or friction later, and he might have to make a choice.
Maybe.
I feel like that's part of a setup for this, why they did it that way.
Yeah, so then the Mandalorian people save him not only once but twice.
Because he flies off and he's like, yeah, I'm done with you. They save him, have a little drink, then convince him to go rob some weapons from an Imperial freighter. And they infiltrate that. Oh, they're sweet-ass jetpacks that everybody wants. I want one.
Oh, hell yeah. Those things are badass. You ever seen the ones for, like, water that people can be on? Yeah, I'm like, I want to try that. If we ever get the chance, I'm going to be like, let's do it.
I think you can rent them.
Yeah, but...
like $1,000 or something.
That's what I'm saying. We should do it.
We should. Go to Lake Michigan or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go in there, infiltrate that, and then stormtroopers be stormtroopers getting shot, and then they eject him out the back hatch because they trapped him in the only room that controls their entire room.
Yeah, they're like, we locked him in the control room, and it's like, wait, what?
Huh? And then,
Yeah, they just fly out the back door because the Mandalorians just open the back gate.
That was great. And then the story shifts a bit. And then she reveals her true motive of going on there to take the entire freight instead of just ejecting a few weapons.
And then he's like, yo, I didn't sign up for this. Like, what the hell?
But then he's like, I guess I'll go with this.
Well, I mean, he's already that far in. I can understand why he's upset because the whole, this wasn't part of the plan. Tell me the whole plan, and then I could have said yes or no to it. But I don't know.
Feels a bit betrayed, but he understands why, I think.
Yeah, I understand that, but my whole thing is I couldn't understand why he wouldn't just finish it, because I'm like, you're already up in the sky. You're on this, ship or whatever, the plane, and she's just like, hey, we're just gonna take the plane now, and you're just gonna be like, what? What are you gonna do? Just fly off? just finish what you got going.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's because he's a bounty hunter, and what he does is exact.
Mm-hmm.
Things
no,
don't
I understand
change.
that.
Yeah, but he's used to that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not used to being manipulated as much, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But yeah, they get up there, they go to that officer. I don't think they really say what his name is. Deck officer. Yeah, he's just deck officer. Kevin Dorff. And yeah, she's saying, where's the Darksaber? Who has it? And he's like, oh, you know.
Wouldn't it be the Imperial captain?
Is it?
See the fighter, pilot,
Oh, yeah,
deck
yeah.
officer, Imperial captain.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
I mean, he still doesn't have a name. He's just the Imperial captain.
Just
But
a title.
the worst part about that is he calls out for help, and he's like, hey, the
Moff Gideon.
the pirates, that's what he calls them. He's like, yeah, the pirates got on the ship as well. And then Moff Gideon, was that Moff Gideon?
Yep.
Yeah, and he was just like, how much of the plane have they taken? And he's like, basically like 3/4 of it.
Everything but here.
Yeah. And they're like, well, you know what to do then. And then he just up and shoots both pilots and then just starts going straight towards the ground. And then the Mandalorian have to come in there and try to save the plane from, crashing, basically.
Yeah, the hallway scene with the two little grenades, little thermal detonators, I think they are. That was pretty cool. I think that earned a lot of respect from them.
Oh, yeah, because he just ran out there because they were like 8,000 feet, 7,000 feet. And he was just like, we're not going to make it in time. And he knew what his motive was. He has to take the child to the Jedi. So
He's got to do what he's got to do.
plus, I think he's grown quite fond of
Grogu.
Grogu. We don't know that yet, but
Yeah, well,
so I think he's like, I have a purpose to be alive kind of thing now. I know that sounds weird, but I really feel like he has that. Like,
yeah, especially since
Yeah.
a lot of his people were dispersed after that big fight in the first season.
yeah.
Yep, then what's his name? Commits suicide. Imperial captain. That little weird electrical cyanide capsule thing.
Yeah, because Bo-Katan wants the Darksaber. So she's like, tell me where
Moff Gideon is.
Moff Gideon. I cannot, like, all these names. I'm like trying
Yeah,
to.
there's a lot.
I'm trying to like say them all at the same time, so my tongue's getting twisted. So then she's like, tell me where he is and I'll let you live. And he's like, not today. And he just like bites down and like kills himself. And I'm just like, what? Like, it was just funny to me because she was just like, I'm going to let you live. And I'm thinking like, there's no way he's like, I just immediately knew in my mind, I was like, he's going to end up killing himself because he's not going to give that information. But it was kind of shocking that I guess she didn't see that coming because she was like, no. And I'm just like, did you not see it coming? Like, what the hell?
I don't know. I guess not.
Well, then Mando gets back to the island or wherever. Back to
shore, yeah.
Yeah, back to shore.
That port.
Yeah, back to the port. And then he's like, that's all you could do to fix my ship?
Just patched it up.
Yeah, it was like by strings, and there was like, it was just awful.
It was bad. It's like taking it to a back garage mechanic.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess it'll fly.
Yeah, barely.
Yep. And that's kind of the summary of the first episode, or third episode, I guess.
Chapter 11.
Yep. And it was pretty good. Gave a little insight. I think it foreshadowed some things to happen.
I mean, it got 9 out of 10 stars. I almost said scars. Like, it got 9 scars. Arg.
Yeah, they're pirates, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I like that episode. It gives a little more depth to Mando. Shows a light that maybe he's not living the life he thought he was. Things like that. I think that'll come back into play later. Then episode 4.
Yep.
The Siege, chapter 12. This was probably one of the coolest episodes with the action set pieces and all that. He gets back to I can't think of what it's called. Most something. Most Pelgo. Where Cara Dune and Grief Karga is at.
I love Cara Dune.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
She's badass. It ain't even pretty awesome. She's like, you can just see her and just know.
Yeah, Gina Carano can literally do probably most of the stuff she did. Because she's, you know,
Oh, hell
she
yeah.
whooped my ass.
Well, duh.
She whooped both of us at the same time.
I'd be on her side. You want to whip my ass. I'd be like, do it. Let me pull up my phone real quick.
Let me get this world star.
Yeah, but then we see Grief Karga and Cara Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this is the part that I completely forgot about until we just rewatched it, and that's where one of their workers.
We'll save that for the end.
I know, I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
But he is
Bad,
evil.
Yeah, he's a spy. Yep, they're tasked to fix the Razor Crest, and then he's like, "Well, let's take Baby Yoda to school."
Which is the best ever.
Oh, I love that when he force steals that kid's like Thin Mints or whatever they are.
No, they're Thin Mints. They're
That's what I thought of.
they're
when I first saw it.
macaroons.
It looked like a Thin Mint to me.
Arthur's never had a macaroon, clearly.
No, I never have.
To be honest, I don't think I have either, but I know what they are.
They're space macarons.
No, they're not.
They're in space.
They're selling on eBay for right now for a lot of money.
Oh, I bet.
But anyways, Grief Karga sets down Baby Yoda in the chair, and all the little kids are like, bah, 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 like whispering back and forth because they're essentially making fun of him because they're all giggling because he's just weird looking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kid next to him has those macaroons, and he's just like, I really want one. And puts his hand out, and the kid's just like, no. So he's like, you know what? Fuck this. And then just uses the force and gets the cookie. And then the kid's just looking at him. He's just like, and then, like eating the cookie. And it was like the greatest.
It was great. Yep, then they're like, hey, you're going to be here a while, so how about you help us destroy a Imperial base? And he's like, what?
Yeah, he was like, nah, I'm just here for
repairs, and I got to go. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay.
He's like, what's the plan?
Yeah, it was great. Because they were like, yeah, we want to get rid of them. And
yeah, because it was a skeleton.
Yeah, they just thought it'd be easy peasy.
Easy peasy, just walk right in there, push
like 10 people.
Push the little reactor button or whatever, and then just walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a rush situation. That's what they were saying.
No, let's see. Is that this guy? Mithro? I think that's him.
For what?
Maybe that wasn't him. The guy who was the blue dude. Thought that was him.
I thought his name is Mithril.
That's what I was clicking on him, but he doesn't quite. Maybe, I don't know.
Hold on. How close do you want me to drop you off?
Yeah,
Mithril.
that's him. Okay,
Yeah.
that is him. That's how you pronounce it. I'm not even sure that's how you pronounce grief or Gref.
I don't know. Gref or grief. It's spelled
Gref?
with 2 E's, so I feel like grief.
I'm going to go with grief. That just sounds cooler.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's like, oh, crap, that's Mando, by the way. That was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was saying, oh, the registration isn't on the thing, but I'm pretty sure it's on. He's like, crap, it's him.
Yeah,
As he
because
was
at
saying
first, I didn't understand that part, and then you had reminded me that
Yeah.
Mando already had caught him once. He's a prisoner.
Yeah, put him in carbonite.
He's like, don't do that again. I still can't see out of my left eye.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yep, let's take a little speeder. They go to the base, trying to get in. Then Mando just rockets up. As what's his name? Mithril's trying to use his little handy dandy blowtorch looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a little welder. I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, but it looks like really underpowered. That's what he's like. Yeah, this is for light plumbing. It's gonna take a minute. See a stormtrooper drop. Thing opens. Mando's like, there's more people here than a skeleton crew.
Yeah, because there was at least I think 5 up at the top, and he's like, I thought there was only going to be a few people, like a skeleton crew, and they're like, well, I don't know.
They see that Marauder, that sweet ass tank looking thing, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that carved vehicle.
Yeah, with the big cannon. I'm like, oh, they're gonna be driving that. I know that.
Yeah, because he was like, oh my god, this would sell for so much, blah blah blah, and they were just like, yeah, it's gonna blow up. Now get your ass in here before I make you blow up.
Yep. Go to the reactor. They turn off the cooling system so it will blow up, and then all hell breaks loose, and they're running through, just shooting stormtroopers. And then they get to this weird place where they kill 2 dudes, and they're trying to, like, cover something up. So you don't really see what it is. It's just blast the console.
Yeah, because the one guy is just like, destroy it! And he's, like, trying to shoot the the computer to destroy things.
Yep, and then, see these vats, and I'm pretty sure, if I had to take a guess, they're clones of some sort. I saw online that maybe that was hinting at Snoke from the new trilogy, because he was supposed to be just a clone that Sidious was using, maybe to have a new body or something, and he was just a bunch of failed attempts, because they kind of look like him. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they're trying to clone just like the best trooper, and then infuse Baby Yoda's blood into him, because that's what that doctor said from like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Trying to make force-sensitive troopers, which would be pretty BA if that happened. They just had stormtroopers with force powers. Be effectively like Jedi that just kill people.
Yeah.
Yep, and then they bust on out of there in that Marauder, and then they have one of the best chase scenes so far in the series. They're just because Mando rockets off on its own. I
think it's like 4 or 5 stormtroopers chase after him on those like motorcycle looking things.
Yeah,
you know?
Speeder bikes.
Yeah,
they chase
speeder
after
bikes.
them, take them out easy peasy.
And then the base explodes from the lava, and then like 4
TIE fighters.
TIE fighters come after him.
Yep, and that was a pretty badass chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
Then old Grief, Carl Weathers, is he shoots one of them. The cannon gets blown up. They're like, oh shit, we're about to die. And then Mando comes to the rescue.
Yep, and Baby Yoda, this is the best part for him. I love this part.
Yeah.
He's like, woo! Like going up and down, because Mando's like basically flying up and flying down and spinning, you know, like in the air. And the whole time he's just holding his cookies like, yeah, what's up? Because he's like trying to get rid of the, shoot the TIE fighters down, which he did. Because everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, awesome. And then Baby Yoda's like, blah.
Yeah, pukes. And he's like using his cape to
wipe him off. And his ship is like in excellent condition.
Yeah, back to pristine.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I love when he does the barrel roll, because that made me think of the prequel trilogy. Little Anakin's flying the Naboo cruiser, and he's like, I'll do a barrel roll. That's really cool, or whatever. And he does that, and that went through my head when he did it. Oh, that was great. I wonder if CinemaSins will do that and then have that as their little ending bit.
I don't know.
I hope so. Yeah, then that's then he flies off, because they're like, hey, what's up? Thanks for saving us.
Yeah, thanks for saving us. Thanks for helping us with what we needed. And then he's like, cool, I got to do other things. Like, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for fixing my ship.
I'm out.
Yep, and that's when we find out.
No, hold on. Let's finish up the episode though. But
I thought that was finishing the episode. Sorry.
No. I mean, it's an overall. I mean, just like talking about it a bit.
Oh, okay.
I really like it. It's great. This is a cool chase scene. I like that they're foreshadowing the Dark Troopers too.
Mm-hmm. I liked the episode. I liked all the characters together. Mm-hmm. Action. It was fun. Like, I don't know. It was just a good episode.
I like him with Kara and Grief. Mm-hmm. I wish they were in more episodes together.
I just love Grief, how he, at the beginning of the episode, when he picks up Baby Yoda, and he's just like, is he taking good care of you? Oh, is he taking good care? You taking good care of my boy now? And he's just like, the way he's saying that, I just love that.
It's great. He's like somebody's old granddaddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that episode. All right, on to chapter 13, episode 5, the latest, The Jedi. Well, yeah, and he goes looking for Ahsoka Tano.
Can we talk about the ship yet, or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So here we are, seeing this Imperial officer. And she's just like, all right, let me tell him. And then she goes and turns to Moff Gideon, and she's like, the tracking device has been planted. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, do they still have the child? Or does he still have the child?
Asset.
Yeah, have the asset. And he's just like, yes, visual confirmed. So, bam. The guy that works with Grief is bad. leaked because he put a tracking device on Mando's ship, which I completely forgot about till we just rewatched it, and I was just like, because now I'm like, shit's about to go down.
Mm-hmm. He's a little traitor.
Yeah,
it's great.
And who would want to hurt the child? Look at him. He's the cutest thing ever.
Just want to use him.
I know.
Like superpowered stormtroopers.
Okay,
that was great.
This is what chapter 13.
Yep, the Jedi, which Ahsoka's not really a Jedi. None of them are actually Jedis anymore, but she left the Order before she actually became a full-fledged Jedi, too. She was just a Padawan, and she saw what the Jedi were becoming, that they weren't really a force for good anymore. They were being manipulated in the Clone Wars, and she leaves before she ever becomes a Jedi. So she's technically not a Jedi, and that's why she has the white sabers.
White sabers are so cool. The beginning really cool. Of this episode
it's great.
Was so great.
It's almost like a horror movie because they're out there and there's nothing they can do, and they know they're about to die when they see her lightsabers ignite.
Well, because it's so dark and foggy that you can't see her at all, and then all of a sudden you just see like you hear the noise and then see the light of her lightsabers, and it was just like, all right, I'm dead.
Yep. She just tears through people. That's something Jedi don't do. They don't kill indiscriminately like that either. Because one of my favorite moments in the Clone Wars was Obi-Wan and a bunch of troopers, clone troopers were there, Captain Rex being like the main guy. We're just slicing through droids because they don't matter. And then they get to the Imperial officer, and Obi-Wan takes him down. And the guy's like, you can't kill me, you're a Jedi. And, Captain Rex shoots him, and he's like, well, I'm no Jedi. He's like, I can do whatever I want. I have no code bounding me. He's like, I'm a soldier. Obi-Wan wouldn't kill you because he's a Jedi. But she just cuts through people like it's nothing. But I guess it's because she's doing the right thing. And protecting those people. Because Mando...
That little village.
Yeah. Because after that, she's like, hey, you have something I want. I need that information. And she's like, well, you have one day. I'll be back.
Yeah, who is that lady again?
Her name is...
Is it Morgan Elsbeth?
Yeah. She's like the leader of probably a lower level Imperial officer who just took over that town and probably a big part of that territory, if I had to guess.
Yeah. That was the worst part, is because that little town or whatever, like, it was so small. I don't know if you can even consider it a town. But, like, that little area was just, like, awful looking. It was so dirty and dark and just, like, so poor looking. And then, like, you open the gates to her little area and there's, like, ponds and nice trees and a nice little house. And I'm just like, wow, this lady is just an awful person.
That she is. But,
yeah, but then Ahsoka. It seems like it should be cool, but it's not.
Ahsoka. Then Mando gets there, and he's like, hey, open up. They're like, oh, you're a bounty hunter, you're with the guild. Like, yeah, and that kind of gets him in. Which she says, here, go kill the Jedi, and I'll give you this Beskar spear.
And he's like, okay, this works out perfectly for me because that's who I'm looking for. Yep. Great.
He doesn't say it.
No, he doesn't say that, but he's in his mind thinking like, all right, cool, now I don't got to track somebody.
Free info.
Yep.
Basically. And then he finds her, and they have a little shootout at first. They fight, and he's like, Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan sent me. And then she sees baby Yoda, Grogu. She's like, oh, holy shit. That's a little Yoda.
Yeah, I guess she was, but to be honest, she wasn't like that. She was just like, he's like, hey, I was sent, blah, 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 to find you. And then she's just like, hope it's about him. Like, I guess I didn't want her to like shit her pants with excitement or anything, but she was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's about him.
And she's like, well, I hope it's about him. Kind of like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I know, but I guess I just wanted her to be a little more like, holy shit. But she was like, I've only seen one other kind like that, and that was the Master Jedi Yoda. Like, holy crap. And I'm just like, yeah, so why aren't you shitting your pants over this? She was just kind of like, cool.
Yep, then she communicates in the Force. They have that little meditation. Found out his name's Grogu, which I wonder how they came up with that.
I have no idea, but and then he's been trained.
He was at the Jedi Temple.
Yeah, he was trained by several people, and then all of a sudden his memory goes dark because someone got him and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe one of the Jedi after... It was probably when Anakin was going through and clearing it out, killing all the younglings, and all the other Jedi left there. Yeah, I know. All the memes.
Yeah.
And then, he was probably mercilessly hunted for years after that. And maybe whatever Jedi or caretaker had him probably ended up getting killed when he got passed around. And it's sad, but at least he's with Mando now. Daddy Mando.
I love when she's like, his name's Grogu, and then Mando's like, Grogu, and then Baby Yoda's like, huh? Like, what? You talking to me?
Oh, it's good to know his name. Yep, and then they, hey, I was sent to kill you, because she tests him in the morning, and she has the rock thing, and like, hey, take the rock from me, he won't do it, and then he has a little shifter knob. Force pulls it over real quick. She's like, no, he's too attached. Because that was the whole Jedi thing, was they were taken at birth when they found out they were Force sensitive. So they never have any attachment to anybody. And that's also why Anakin was a bad fit, because he was taken as a child when he's 12, 13. And that didn't work out. They couldn't brainwash him like they did other children in the Jedi Order from being young, which also kind of mirrors Mando a bit, and that he was brought in the Mandalorians as a child and not born into it. So I wonder if they'll kind of play that together. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Except he's better than, and he's not killing people like Anakin is.
Well, yeah.
He's not evil. Says, oh, I can't train him. I say, well, have an Anakin. She doesn't say Anakin, but you know.
She's like, I've seen what fear and anger can do. And everyone's just like, Anakin.
Yep, and then he's like, yeah, I was sent to kill you. Let's do this. They won't see this coming, since we're supposed to be mortal enemies. And then, they just start kicking ass.
Well, they go back to the town and start kicking ass.
Yep. She throws a piece of his armor. Says, oh, yeah, that didn't work. And, he double-crosses them. They start fighting, start taking out the droids, all the extra people. And then Ahsoka has a badass fight with the lady, what's her name again? Morgan Elsbeth. When she
Morgan Elsbeth.
Sounds so elegant. I
know. She's a bitch.
She's evil. She has that sweet fight with that Beskar spear. And it was kind of cool seeing her match Ahsoka just with pure skill, even though Ahsoka has the Force. And she even starts to kind of get a one-up on her when she knocks one of her sabers out of her hand. That was pretty cool. And the other guy and Mando are just sitting there waiting for somebody to win.
Yeah, his name was Lang. It looks like.
Where's that? Yeah, Lang.
Because the Asian dude was Governor.
Yeah.
Governor Wing.
Governor Wing.
Because I knew he was originally like the main person that was like the governor of that little town or something. You could tell by the way he cared for the people.
And they put that thing on him at the end. It was like, hey, you're back in power. Yep, so him and Lang just kind of have a little stare down forever.
Yeah, and he's like, let's see who wins, and then they can like hear
which side he's going to win.
Yeah. And then they can hear that Mando's side won.
Puts his gun down, then they draw. Mando wins. And then they're like, hey, what's up? And then he shoots the droid because he gets warned. Although it seems like he's basically invincible with his armor. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
Yep. Then Ahsoka's like, hey, where's General Thrawn? Or Grand Moff Thrawn. I don't know much about Thrawn, but I know in the Legends canon, which isn't canon anymore, he was a bad motherfucker.
Well, he's still a bad motherfucker.
Apparently. Because if he's a Grand Moff, then he's above Moff Gideon. as far as ranking goes.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably controls a lot. And I wonder if they're going to spin off into another series about Ahsoka. And this will be kind of like how Punisher was in Daredevil.
Maybe.
Because that'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
If she got maybe some more support and maybe another Jedi or trainee or something. Or picked up somebody along the way who's Force sensitive.
Maybe.
I don't know. And maybe Mando would go into her show and they do a crossover. Because they could spawn a lot from this show.
Yeah, they really could.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then she's like, oh, you know, he sees you as a father because he's like, oh, that was so sad when he comes up and he's like, wake up, buddy. It's time to say goodbye. And he just holds him for a little while.
Yeah, because you could tell he was kind of like stalling in a way. Like he don't, because he's like, wait right here. I'll go get him at the ship and then come bring him to you. And then he's just like, wake up. And then the child, Grogu, is just like all sleeping and tired.
Yeah, and he holds him. That was sad because you know he doesn't want to let him go.
Who would?
Because he kind of is like a son to him now. And then, yeah, she's like, hey, he's too attached. I can't train him. Go to this old Jedi temple. Strong in the Force. If he reaches out, he'll be trained by somebody who will eventually find him. If not, he'll choose his own path. I have a feeling they're gonna get there in the next episode. He's gonna find out more about the Jedi there from some holocron or something, and then near the end of it, he's gonna put him on the stone, the Seeing Stone, and then the Imperial like a ship is gonna show up. It's at the tracking device. And then he'll have to fight his way out. And I think Grogu might use more of the Force and, you know, Ex Machina his ass out of there.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Because there's only 2 more episodes?
I think so. Let me back up here. All episodes.
No, I think 3. Let's see.
Yeah, yes, there are there's 3 more episodes. I feel like he might get there, and there might be maybe some Jedi people taking care of the temple. Kind of like in Last Jedi, Luke went to that temple, and there were people caretakers of it, even though they weren't Force sensitive. They just maintained it for posterity. There'll probably be some people like that there. Maybe a Jedi.
Maybe.
Or just someone who's Force sensitive in general. And then we'll see from there. I feel like the tracker's gonna come into play, and he's gonna have to fight some more Imperial officers or stormtroopers, or maybe they'll have those dark troopers.
Well, I feel like we're gonna see more of Grief and that girl.
Oh, Cara Dune.
Yeah, Cara Dune. I think we're gonna see more of her just because I feel like something's gonna happen because that like officer dude in the orange, he was just like, hey, you're a great fighter, you should like join. So I feel like,
oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, so I feel like something's gonna happen from that. I don't know what. Maybe she is gonna have like a second like, maybe I should join, and then she might see Mando getting attacked by the Empire or whoever, and then kind of jump in.
Maybe they'll be following him too. The Republic fighters, the guys in the X-Wings and the orange. The Republic
Why
guys,
would they?
Because they've been tracking him. Because they tracked him to Mos Pelgo.
I know, but why are they tracking him again?
Because he's basically a wanted felon.
Oh yeah, he's riding dirty.
Yeah.
He's riding dirty.
Yeah. So I wonder if the Empire will get to him, and then they'll kind of come in and save him, and then he'll work with them for a minute to get out of there, and they'll just let him go. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll happen. Or maybe Cara and Grief will find out, and that guy, the evil mechanic, whatever you want to call him, but betrayed them. Maybe they'll get that out of him, and he'll squeal and say, oh, yeah, they're going.
They better torture him.
Yeah, something will happen.
Yeah.
It'll come out. Maybe they'll find his transmission or something, and they'll go to him, and maybe they'll ask for the Republic's help. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens, though.
I know. It's I don't know. So yeah, final thoughts on these 3 episodes?
I liked all of them. They're way better than chapter 10.
Yeah, that's just a filler.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked the episode. It wasn't that it wasn't good. It's just like now that I see these episodes, I'm like, yeah, that was definitely a filler episode.
Yeah. The Marshal was really cool. Just to kind of see, it kind of gave what we wanted from Boba Fett without actually having Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
But these are really cool. Seeing more Mandalorians, seeing more of the Imperial workings, inner workings, and seeing Ahsoka and all that. Having 2 animated characters come to life. It's really cool, and I hope they do more of that. So yeah, that was episodes 3, 4, and 5, chapter 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, it's been a fun little review.
It has been.
Yeah, I love these episodes, and we can't wait till next Friday. And yeah, we're gonna try to get these out more regularly, get some more podcasts. Kind of slacking because of certain obligations in IRL. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Laters.
Still Brad here.